All right, so we're back. You already know who it is, the one, the only L Selector, back at it again. We're gonna talk about the fight that happened the past Saturday. I know I'm a little bit late to this, but we're gonna talk about it anyways because I'm gonna get through this. A lot of people been talking about, people been asking opinions, people been trying to figure out what's what. So I'm ready to chime in and just let you guys know my take on this whole situation. So the fight was Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. Took place out there in, I believe it was it Warsaw, Poland, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere in Poland, the fight happened. Um, it was basically for the IBF, WBA, WBO, and IBF, WBA, and WBO title. And the two fighters were going at it. Daniel Dubois, we already know who he is, out of the UK, out of Britain, and Alexander Usyk out of the Ukraine. So the fight was basically a heavyweight fight for the titles there, the titles that Alexander Usyk has. So it went down, and a lot of people want to know like what my thought was on that whole controversy with the whole low blow situation. Okay, so I'm gonna get right into it. My personal thought, was it a low blow? No, I don't think it was a low blow. I honestly thought, if you look at it, okay, we're gonna break down. I'll break down the fight for you really quickly. So basically, the two guys are fighting for the title. They're fighting for the title. I guess basically the winner is gonna go and fight for the undisputed, get that final WBC versus Tyson Fury. So you already know the hometown fighter is um, Usyk over there, just because they're in Poland, right? If you don't know the history, a lot of these Ukrainian people had to flee their country because of the whole entire situation and the attacks and the fights that are happening with against Russia. So they all, if you notice, a lot of them are in Poland right now. So you have huge populations of Ukrainians in Poland right now living out there. So they're fighting in an outdoor arena where it's pouring rain. Literally, the only thing that's protected is the ring from the I guess the barricade that they have on the top of the ring there, but or the whatever that was they had. So basically, the two are going at it. They're fighting. First round was basically a feel out round. Nothing was landing on both sides. Second round, you started seeing Usyk pick it up. I thought Usyk was virtually controlling a lot of those rounds. That second round, third round, Daniel Dubois virtually had no answer. I thought the problem was Daniel Dubois, and I said it from the jump. I said, bro, you can't just go out there and try to box this guy. And that's the problem. This guy's a cruiserweight. These guys are natural heavyweights, and they want to go in there and try to like, oh, he's a skill fighter and tick for tack and try to box him. And you got to go out there and muscle your way and just kind of bulldoze through him. You got to beat him down. You know what I mean? That's basically what it boils down to. Daniel Dubois is naturally the bigger guy, so Daniel Dubois should be able. But the problem is Daniel Dubois, I don't know, man. These guys, a lot of these guys, it depends who's fighting. Depending on the fighter, depending on where they're from, depending on the skill they learn, depending on a lot of different factors that come into that. So let's be real. This guy didn't have the skill set to beat this guy, and I knew it from the jump. I was like, this. There's no way this guy could beat him. So I had Usyk winning. The odds on favor. It doesn't matter what gambling site or casino or wherever you were going or wherever bookie you were going to. It literally all had Usyk winning. You know, they had him winning. It was like 10-1. He was favored by a huge wide margin. So the fight goes down. The second round comes. Same thing. He's controlled. I have Usyk winning the second. Third, Usyk's winning it. Anyway, so Usyk's winning majority of the fight. Then we hit to that round there where the controversial low blow comes in. So let's get right into it. He hits him. They say a low blow. When I first saw it, I had like 20 other things I had to deal with. I'm dealing with other types of stuff that I have to deal with. So I'm kind of like looking at the fight, kind of looking at it, watching the fight, but like just watching it, because I already know what the outcome's going to be. And I saw what was going to happen as far as like Usyk winning. So the low blow comes in effect. And Usyk, this guy comes in there and he's basically, they say it's a low blow. When I looked at it, I was like, bro, this is a belt. He hit him right on the belt. This is a belt shot. This is like kind of, if you look at it, it's from the cusp, from his stomach right to his freaking waistline almost. Like just above his waistline. It's not a little blow. That's a body shot. And you could see his belt, if you look at where his belt was, his belt is covering his belly button. Technically, he hit him around his belly button. And that was what it was. That was a body shot to the freaking stomach. And what happened next was Usyk went down. The referee was from this dude from Puerto Rico. I don't know if he got the memo or what. They already warned Dubois about a body shot. Or Usyk was complaining. He would hit him right where he'd give him body shots and they would classify him as low blows. Those aren't low blows. You want to see what a low blow is? Go watch in 2000, I think it was 2006 or 2005, Zab Judah versus Floyd Mayweather. That was a low blow. That was a low blow. And that's where Roger Mayweather ran the ring and the whole entire melee and freaking riot erupted in the ring there. And Roger Mayweather ended up having to be suspended. He was in prison. The next fight he fought Caldas Boldemir. Mayweather, he had no trainer. That was what a low blow was. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't like in prison for the brawl that happened in the ring. He was in prison for some other I think domestic stuff going on over there. But at the same time though, that was a low blow. So what I saw there from Daniel Dubois gave him a body shot. And I think Usyk felt the body shot and it touched him, because there's rumors going around that I forgot who it was. There was a boxer who put Usyk on the ground from a body shot, and he's not good with the body. Supposedly he can't take body shots. That's what rumors are going on, circulating in the boxing realm. Like, just kind of, people have been talking about that for some time now, for several months prior to even the fight, that he got dropped by a body shot in basically just sparring out there. And so he got hit with a good body shot and he went down. Now the referee comes in there and classifies that as a low blow. Usyk literally was on the ground for you give him 5 minutes to recover from a low blow. Bro, I'm not sitting on here and saying I had a calculator out, but bro, that was not 5 minutes. It seemed like Usyk was on the ground forever, bro. Forever. He was milking that shit. It winded him. He got hit in the stomach and it winded the shit out of him. And he was gone. He was gone. Technically, the reality is that was a freaking knockout. That was a body shot knockout by Daniel Dubois. That was all it was. It was a body shot knockout. Everybody else sitting there saying low blow, and you guys don't know. You guys are got, like I said, the casuals have infiltrated boxing. So you get all these guys from God knows where, Australia and all these other places, Philippines and all these other United States, and you get all these guys from London and everywhere. A lot of the British media, British guys called it a body shot. They saw it as a body shot. A lot of the American media too kind of say, hey, that's a body shot right there. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of the guys out in Mexico and other parts of the world were saying the same thing, but that was a body shot. And he milked it. It was a pro crowd. You got to understand, where were these judges coming from? A lot of these judges were like international judges. His whole entire country. Well, I wouldn't say his whole, because it wasn't even it didn't look like a sold out venue over there. It was raining. The top of the nosebleeds were empty, and a lot of seats were empty over there. But there was a crowd out there. It was a lot of crowd, and these guys, I don't know what it is, but like the entitlement. A lot of times, some people think like, oh, I'm the house fighter. Oh, Lomachenko style, you get beat by Devin Haney, and oh, I should have got cheated, bro. Knock it off. Listen, Daniel Dubois gave him a body shot. That was a body shot to the stomach, to the stomach. He hit him good. His belt was right above where his belly. His belt line. It wasn't where the trunks of his shorts, of his boxing trunks. They were right. They were not at his freaking waistline. It was above his waistline. So he hit him right above the waistline, and he felt it. And Usyk went to the ground. Usyk, like I said, milked it. He got up, and then Daniel Dubois started that. After I don't know how many minutes. I'll just say well past 5 minutes. He gets up, and then he starts to he starts to come after. Daniel Dubois starts coming after him, and Daniel Dubois starts attacking him. Daniel Dubois giving him that work, and then after a while, Daniel Dubois just I don't know. Just seems like he took a shot. The next round's coming about, takes a shot. 6, he drops him. I think it was like the 7th or 8th round. He drops him, and then he doesn't even drop. He hits him. Then Dubois like ducking. Dubois like swiggling. He's like he's like trying to move his head and weave his head, and he just falls to the ground. And I'm like, bro, why don't you just grab onto this guy? Bro, honestly, why don't you grab onto him? Grapple him. Use your body, man. Stop trying to box him. Try to use your force. Use the body. You're the bigger body. This guy's a cruiserweight moving up. And anyways, he comes in there. Dubois ends up getting Dubois ends up basically he basically just puts his foot on his he kneels down. Eighth round comes, boom again. He fights him. Usyk's getting the best of him. The ninth round comes. He basically drops him, and the referee calls it a fight. And people are like, "Oh, Dubois quit. Dubois quit. Dubois." Then Dubois said he felt like he was cheated out of a fight, and I understand where he's coming from. But at the same time, if you feel like you're cheated out of a fight, why don't you sit down here and say I punched him in the? You don't say anything until the fight ends. If that was me. Like, you got to make it be known early. Hey, this guy got hit in the freaking waistline or the stomach. He got in the stomach or just above the waistline towards the stomach, and he's out. He's down. This should be as a knockout. Say something. He's not saying anything. He's kicking it. He's on cruise control, like not really saying anything. And basically, long story short, Usyk ends up getting the victory. Now people are saying that Daniel Dubois should protest it, and Usyk this, and of course Usyk's gonna get the better of it, because at the end of the day, he's the house fighter. Technically, he's fighting. He's not at home, but he's fighting. He's fighting in he's fighting in his neighbor's backyard. That's what's happening. He's not fighting in his backyard. He's fighting in his neighbor's backyard. That's all that happened basically. It's the equivalent of a guy fighting a guy from New York going over to New Jersey or Pennsylvania to fight. A New York guy going to Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and the whole New Yorkers all flock over there to Pennsylvania or New Jersey to watch him fight. You know? And it's a pro. Listen, Daniel Dubois, the UK, I'm sure there was some British people over there, but they were like coming in droves to see him. You already know who that. So in this situation, people are saying the Tyson Fury fight and this, that, and the third, and Fury. And I'm just like, yo, if it's going to be Fury, okay, cool. But at the same time, it's like, did Daniel Dubois win? Should Daniel Dubois get a rematch? Those are the questions that people want to know. Those are the questions that I want to know. Like, or should this be contested and should be a no contest or whatever, and just they have to fight it back? These are questions that we need. This isn't a Devin Haney-Lomachenko situation where this is something where a guy got dropped, either by a body shot or by a freaking low blow. But the reality is, when you watch the film, it looks like a body shot. The first thing I saw was like, that's a body shot. But I didn't think anything of it. I was like, it's a body shot, of course. Okay. And then the amount of time he milked it, that says everything right there, bro. And so, what's next for Usyk? He's probably, obviously, Frank Warren and them are saying they're gonna protest it, and they're gonna go and try to speak with, we'll see, WBO and the WBA and the IBF. We'll see if that happens. We'll see if that even transpires, and I don't know, honestly. But at the same time, though, as far as Usyk goes, he's gonna fight. Of course, he has to fight Tyson Fury. Usyk's too small for Tyson Fury, man. I know people are like, oh, but honestly, Usyk is too small for Fury. Usyk's too small. Fury has the skill. Usyk didn't have any like devastating knockout. Like, I didn't see anything that was like hard blows. Nothing like that. I see Fury winning the fight. Fury is the type of guy he fights. He's a product of who he fights. Whoever he's fighting, he's gonna adjust to it. So that's basically what it is. He can fight a fighter that shouldn't even be in the same class as him, and Fury's gonna scoop to that fighter's level, but get him out. But at the same time, he's not gonna be like impressive where he's gonna just be. The only fight where I ever saw it where I was like, bro. But you know what though? He has Sugar Hill in his corner now. If Sugar Hill's still in his corner, so I don't know. I have Fury winning by a wide margin. I don't even think Usyk can beat this. The way I saw Usyk some points of that fight looked like he was struggling against Dubois. There was times where Dubois was getting him, and I was like, "You're not. That's not." Honestly, I'm starting to honestly think, and this is controversial, but I think Deontay Wilder could knock out Alexander Usyk. Deontay Wilder hits very, very viciously. The only problem is Deontay Wilder, the technique is off. Wilder, if Wilder, I don't know. See, that's the thing. Wilder's the guy who's not gonna give up. You could punch him 100 times. Wilder, you got to knock Wilder out. It's very simple. So, and Wilder's gonna drop you. Wilder will put you on the canvas. There's no way in hell some cruiserweight's gonna come up there and just walk through Wilder. No. Yeah, he's a skilled fighter. Yeah, he could win. I could see him winning still, but at the same time, I still think I could see Wilder beat him. I think Wilder will find to figure it out and get him out of here. That's just me speaking, but he's not no Anthony Joshua where he's kind of trying to he's like literally trying to figure out what he has to do next. So we'll see what transpires. Honestly, kudos to Alexander Usyk. You did get the win, controversial at that. I still think that that was a body shot, but whatever. Hey, hit me up in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button. Tap in with me. Share this with your friends. I'm just putting in my 2 cents on this whole entire situation right here. And you catch me later, all right? I'm signing up. Yo, you already know. Deuces. Peace.